Hey, I'm Lockhead, and this is the progress I made 1 month learning Unity. I'm a student in engineering in electronics, or like some people like to call me, an Arduino Pro. Ever since I was little, I loved video games. I'm not a fan of a specific genre, but I have always had a creative side. I'm not really good at any game, but I play for fun. I consider myself an avid gamer up to this day. The journey began when I was working on a school project that involved developing a series of games. But I needed ideas. I have always had a thing for games like Galaga or Space Impact on the indestructible Nokia. So I made this simple game on processing and I fell in love with the process of making a game. The game was called Game Zero. The semester ended, and one day surfing the webs, I found a great game development community on YouTube. And I saw that Unity was the best option for me, so I downloaded it. The first day I achieved this. Sorry. The second day I got this. I know, it's really impressive, but I thought it lacked some gameplay, so I started experimenting on pixel art. I learned a little bit about pixel art, and then I decided to set on a project. So I continued on the game I made for my school project. But this time I will give the game better graphics, more features, and also take inspiration from games like Galaga or Downwell. Soon I got up and running an ugly ass spaceship. Then I added enemies, more bullet types, and so on. But the game was still ugly as fuck. I implemented a background, some particle effects, and a simplistic UI, but it still looked kinda whack. But using the powers of post-processing, I made the game look nice. 2 weeks passed by, and when I was settling my developer profile online, follow me on Twitter, I realized that I haven't done any of the game menus, and I had to hurry because my objective was to publish the game on the Play Store before summer ended. I dedicated the last 2 weeks designing the game menus and researching about the best practices for indie developers, and I began making my game's menus and getting ready for release. I was working on the UI and I realized that I had to connect the player's pref to the score and put that into an array and make it available for...
That's boring!
I got rid of all the bugs, and after working these 2 weeks, I got a really smooth game loop, and I also added the player stats, skins menu, and options menu. I added all this with the sole purpose of learning how a game is developed from beginning to end. A great way of obtaining feedback for a game is releasing a demo, so I made a PC version and published it on itch.io. Link in the description. The objective was to publish the game before summer ended, but this made me feel pressure, so I put myself a more realistic goal. This goal was to publish my game on the Play Store before the year ends. I even made a sketch soundtrack and learned the basics of audio design. Looking back to my progress, I can say that this summer I have learned lots of things, like programming on C#, the basic functioning of a game engine, the audio design, UI design, post-processing. It's amazing how much you can learn in 1 month. We can see the results. I went from 0 to decent. And recently, I even signed up for a game jam, and I hope this is the beginning of an amazing journey. I want to give special thanks to the amazing game dev community that kept me inspired through all this process. And a big shout out for my Twitter fam. Thanks for supporting me. And don't forget, consider subscribing and maybe taste the like button. See you in the next video.